Switzerland, Italy, France, Milan, Amsterdam. So, so the first message to anyone out there is that you can do whatever you want. Anything is possible through God, and I give God all the glory for taking me from that little poor little kid on the east side of Detroit, and filling me with overflowing blessings in my life. It was just so awesome. So anything is possible. So so I'm high flying. I'm traveling all over the world. I actually lived in China for a year, worked in China for a year, and never really thought about my health. I mean, I've have been blessed to be able to pretty much eat whatever I want to eat without having to gain weight or anything like that. But I got sick. I got sick in 2002, and I couldn't. I I'm pretty, my digestive system has always worked properly, 2 to 3 times a day, no problem. I got into a situation in which it had been a week and I had not gone to the restroom. So I called a good friend of mine, Jesse Brown, who owns the Detroit Holistic Center in Detroit. It's the largest of its kind in the country. They do colonics and colon therapy and things like that. So I told him what was going on. I told him that I had gone to the doctor, and the doctor said that I would have to have my appendix removed. And he said, well, before you do that, come and see me. He said they did a study where they had 10,000 people who had been diagnosed with having to have their colons removed. They did colon therapy or colonics, and out of those 10,000 people, only 8 of them had to have their colons removed. 8 out of 10,000 who had been diagnosed. So I went through the program. I went through the colon therapy, and it went away. I'm 100% healed now as a result of that. So that started my process. Well, you know what? If there's natural remedies for colon issues, then what other natural remedies are there? So but I was still eating meat and still, going, hadn't stopped eating the meat yet. Then in 2002, my father passed away. He was only 58 years old of a massive heart attack. 4 months later, my uncle passed away of a massive heart attack. So that really changed my life in terms of what foods I should be eating, and why are our people perishing? Why are we leaving this earth so early? My father, 58, my uncle was 60 years old. Very, very young people. So that started my whole journey for truth and for knowledge. And something in my spirit just told me, what you're seeing on TV, the pharmaceutical messages, the pharmaceutical ads are not, something's not right with that situation. Something's not right with the medical industries. There's something going on. So that's a little bit about me, where I came from, and where I am today in terms of holistic health.
Praise God. Constant, this is very timely. There's so many issues here in America with obesity and these complex problems that I know everybody is really scrambling to address right now. This is a very timely show, and we're very blessed to have you here today with this wonderful information. So many things were running through my mind when you were talking about the disease that came upon you, and it interests me how, from a young man, as you said, people spoke such disease into your life that you would never amount to anything, and you would be unable to accomplish anything with your life. The Bible said, let every man be a liar, but God be true. And we thank God that he preserved you and give you the opportunity to live in so many countries in such a diverse lifestyle that gave you the opportunity to address different ways of handling situations. Also, it struck me you didn't immediately rush out and do all the conventional things when that came upon you, that God led your steps to a holistic doctor who would treat you naturally and give you a wonderful word of knowledge. That's just the direction of God, to be able to save your colon and have you here in Jacksonville today from Detroit, Michigan, with that great man, that doctor up there, who literally quite possibly saved your colon and kept your body whole because of his knowledge. And that's what this is about. We want to encourage you to take this information down about the colon. We don't have to know everything about the body, but we do have to be able to recognize when things are not right. God has given us that ability. Our spirits will discern through many warning signs before it gets so drastic that something has to be removed. And there are doctors out there that will take care of these things through holistic medicine. So get your pencil and paper and do try to understand what it is we're going to give you here today. Constant, if I may call you that, do you have issues with the medical profession about some of the ways these things are handled, rather than referring you or experimenting, as in so many third world countries, with foods first to try and handle some of these things? Or tell us your feelings about the medical doctors today and what you might suggest would be a better alternative for people.
Absolutely, Pastor. Well, first of all, I would like to take you to the point of enlightenment for me. Everyone usually in their life has a point in which the illumination occurs, when God actually speaks to you. And it happened to me at in my church at the time in Southfield, Michigan, Word of Faith, and it was under the direction of Bishop Butler. There was a 4-day health seminar,
Praise God.
and the speaker, her name was Dr. Lorraine Day. Dr. Lorraine Day was a doctor, a medical doctor, a surgeon, and she had survived a bout with cancer where she had a tumor on her chest the size of a newborn baby, and she showed pictures of the tumors.